Hello and welcome to one and all over here, Toastmasters and guests. My name is Vishal and I'm your moderator for today's event, which is quite exciting because it deals with the social media, which we are using it every day in our lives. A few ground rules over here. We will be muting the videos and audios during this session since this is a webinar session, and we appreciate your support and cooperation for the same. To take us through this event, we have a very young and dynamic Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Dr. Asha Rani. Now, she's a doctor by profession and of course a Toastmaster by passion. She has served as the Secretary, VP Membership, VP Education, and President, and also as Area Director. So let us start with this exciting event of workshop with Toastmaster Dr. Asha Rani. Toastmaster Dr. Asha Rani, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal, for that wonderful introduction. District 20 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Alifia Lakrawala, District 20 Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah, District 20 Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Jalal, other past, present, area, division, district officials, distinguished virtual guests, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all. It's my privilege and honor to welcome you all to the District 20 PR Workshop 2, Social Media for the term 2021-2022. As you all, I'm also too excited about this event. Okay, now let me welcome the captain of this event, a District PRM, District 20 PRM, DTM Alan. I should say a few words about him. He's an amazing team leader, and he's currently working as the solution. The first rule of social media is that everything changes all the time, but what won't change is the community's desire to network. That is a quote by Camille Huse. And about our PRM, I should say what I should say. Very dedicated and full of energy. That is what I think about him. And he's a teacher to me. And I don't know what to tell about you, Alan. You are the best team leader. And he's currently working as a solution consultant. And he's very passionate about public speaking, and he's won the Best Area Director Award in 2019-2020. Let's welcome our District 20 Public Relation Manager, Distinguished Toastmaster Alan Paul, for his address. Distinguished Toastmaster Alan Paul, the floor is all yours.
Thank you for that warm introduction, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Dr. Asha Rani. Before I start, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our dynamic District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Alifia Lakrawala, our ever-supportive Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid, our super energetic Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Jalal, other division directors, area directors, PRMs from other districts who came here on my invitation, our amazing District 20 members, and all the viewers from all around the world. Good evening. Wow, we have close to 50 participants already, and that proves the impact of social media, isn't it? This workshop, like all the other PR workshops, is not really my idea. It's thanks to our energetic members from District 20. We listen to your feedback, we value your feedback, and we try to incorporate it the best way we can for you. Today we have another workshop presented by some of the best in our District 20, and we like to hear from them about what they can do, what they are doing that would be best for our club. that has worked wonders. And by sharing their ideas, let's see how it can benefit our clubs too. As always, we look forward to your feedback after this workshop so that we can understand how best to serve you. So, all the best and looking forward to this amazing workshop. Over to you, Master of Ceremonies, Dr. Asha. Dr. Asha, are you there?
DTM Allen, are the trios available?
Trials are, I'll check that. They are, I don't see them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is a new experience because we can't see anyone else. That is
It's a webinar option.
totally a new experience anyways. So I feel I'm so alone.
No, we are all here watching. There are 53 participants at the moment.
Very different experience anyways. Moving on, we have the first session, we have the first workshop, and I would like to welcome the first presenter for this. And the first session, we have a certified trainer and a content creator. He runs a YouTube channel, Tech for Toastmasters, which provides helpful tips to navigate complicated technological landscape that have forced upon us on the onset of COVID-19 pandemic. He's an immediate past Division F director and currently member of six clubs. And you know what our PRM says about him? YouTube, that is Kaji is the best. That's what PRM DTM Allen says about him. We want to know all the secrets about utilizing YouTube most effectively from him. And here we have the distinguished Toastmaster Kajetan Bharat for the session YouTube. Please welcome to DTM Kajetan.
Thank you for that warm welcome, Master of Ceremony Asha Rani, and my attendees today. You are here today to learn about social media. Many of you already might be having a YouTube channel for your club. If so, I hope you learn some few tips today. You might also be wondering, should I have a YouTube channel for my club? And if you are in that bracket, I hope I can answer that question to you within the 15 minutes that have been allocated to me. Do you have a YouTube channel for your club? I will ask that question to you once again. So if you decide that you want to have a YouTube channel, or if you already have a YouTube channel that you want to really revive, what is it that you need to do to get that visual aspect of social media into the eyeballs of our members or those who seek out Toastmasters? Before I start, as mentioned, my name is Kajetan Barreto. Before the pandemic, I was a photographer. And in fact, my first two channels mentioned here, my social media channel for Facebook and Instagram, are primarily for my photography. But then pandemic started and I decided to convert all of my photography gear and start creating YouTube videos. I have a YouTube video channel called Tech for Toastmasters, but I won't be talking about it because that is mostly focused on training. But I want to today talk about clubs. How can a club leverage the use of YouTube for their club, for their PR activities? Since we are in a webinar, the issue of microphone is not a problem, but and again, the speaker view also is not a problem. This was meant for a normal Zoom meeting, but I ended up in a webinar. In a webinar, we have two options now. Chat, where you can put your general comments, but you can put your Q&A questions, and I will answer them even after my session is over. So YouTube as a PR tool. Do any of you here have a YouTube channel for your club? Maybe you could post it in the chat. Anybody has? Just put the name of your club and let us have a look at it. Del Sukti. Desert Pioneers. Interesting. Let's look at Desert Pioneers as a YouTube channel. So here I'm on my YouTube. And they have a channel. There is 171 subscribers. Looking at the content, I can see that what are they posting? Mostly they are meetings, 2 hours in length, some promo videos, but mostly I see that they are posting their Toastmaster meetings. Interesting. Anybody else has a channel? Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters. Let's check. Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters. 26 subscribers. So it looks like you have only a few videos. You started just 8 months ago, and you are also putting a lot of your club meetings on this channel. Let me ask you a question, and again I would like to see the answers in the chat. What do you think is the attention span of an average person? How long can I hold your attention before you start looking at your WhatsApp messages or looking at some other things on your phone? What do you think is your attention span? 30 seconds, 10 minutes. I salute you, Vijaya, that you have 10 minutes of attention span, 5 to 7 minutes, 1 minute. Interesting. Okay. According to a research done by Microsoft, our attention span in 2000 used to be 12 seconds, but in 2020, that has gone down to 8 seconds. That means more than 8 seconds, if I want to grab your attention and keep you fixated on what I'm saying, I have to be really, really creative. Okay, what about if I was to bring the best, let's say, the best person, the most inspirational person in the world, let's say Elon Musk, and I put him in a auditorium and you are sitting there. How long you think he should speak before you get bored? I mean, we are talking about top notch here. "10 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Interesting. Research indicates that if you really want to give a professional level speech, or a speech that, or a talk or a workshop that can alter people's perceptions, then the ideal period is 18 minutes. And that's why if you were to look at any TEDx or TED Talks, you will find that it never exceeds 18 minutes. That's the maximum limit that TED allows you to speak. It's usually lesser, 9 minutes, 12, 15, but 18 is considered the maximum that we can really keep an audience engaged. So these two variables, like 8 seconds and 18 minutes, this is really how long you can engage based on your content before people get bored and move on to something else. And this applies to YouTube also. If you don't have something that can grab your attention, the moment you start watching it, you will move on to something else because there are billions of YouTube videos for you to watch. So if I was to do a YouTube channel, and in fact, by the way, as I said, I started a YouTube channel some 3 years ago. And I did not know all of this. I simply knew what a YouTube channel should be. And I created for my club, Quit Challenges, a YouTube channel. And as you can see, it has a decent subscriber growth of 1,350 kind of subscribers. But what I did and what you should do if you really want to leverage YouTube as a channel for your club is, I started going to my meetings, and if I can show you some of the examples of the videos that I have, I would go to the meetings and I would place my camera in front of the podium and record the whole meeting, but never upload that entire meeting to the channel. I would go through that whole video and find segments that I thought were interesting. Usually those segments would be the speeches, the prepared speeches, because members have really spent time to prepare, craft a 5 to 7 minutes, and I felt that that would be the ideal time for a YouTube video. 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Beyond that, I don't think audience will actually watch that video. But then also I started extracting certain things, like for example, a grammarian role. I would just take out that grammarian role and post that 2 minutes or 3 minutes. And those are the videos that really sort of have the views that people watch. So that is the way, if you want to start building your YouTube channel, look at it from that perspective. Look at it from a perspective of creating, and now it's very easy, you know. Now you don't have to record, you don't have to take a camera, you don't have to worry about audio. When your meeting starts, hit the record button in Zoom and then go through that meeting, find segments that are interesting. For example, from this meeting, I found this table topics interesting. It's only 2 minutes. And then upload that. Or maybe a speech, upload that. So that way, people can find what your club is doing without having to go through a 2-hour video. And what has that resulted in? Of course, in this case of mine, in this Kuwait Challenges example that I'm giving you, there was a gap of around 1 year, because at one point I switched my attention to the Tech for Toastmasters channel, but I'm back again with my team, with my VPPR. We go and we upload segments that are interesting. And what has that resulted in? If you look at the analytics, for example, we are talking about almost 27,000 views in 28 days. This is the analytics for 1,700 hours of watch time. So it's not just that we have uploaded stuff and you have only few views, but people are actually watching that content. And we are not talking about long videos, right? We are talking about short videos. So people are actually watching it. Subscribers have grown by 100 in the last 1 month. And in fact, this particular channel is eligible for monetization. You can actually make money out of it. Maybe $50 a month or $40, even at this level. And so you can imagine if it grows more, then you can actually make more money out of it. So that is the power of YouTube, in the sense, what it does is, first of all, it gives you the ability to engage people who are not Toastmasters, to understand what a Toastmaster club does and perhaps find your club. And more importantly, as I said, it shows you the growth of your members. So if you start posting their speeches, of course with their consent, they themselves will see the growth that they have done from the time they gave icebreaker to the time that they have given their 10th speech or 11th speech. So if you want to do something like this, I have a few recommendations for you. First of all, make sure that you use, when you create this YouTube channel, make sure you use a dedicated club ID. Don't create a YouTube channel from a member, because when that member leaves, your YouTube channel goes along with him. And this has happened even at a district level. If you look for District 20 Toastmasters, you will find 2 channels, because there was no handover from one channel, one team to the next. So create a channel or create an ID that is specific only to the club. Once you do that, create a team so that 2 or 3 people are part of this team, because YouTube creation is not so easy. You know, it requires skills in editing and skills in technology. So create a team that will help you to build your club. Make sure that everyone is aware of this ID, so that when the new team comes on board, you don't lose the ID, you don't lose your YouTube channel. It happens a lot. And the first thing you have to do is once you create your YouTube channel, immediately go and verify your account. There is an option in the YouTube, it says verify your account, where you have to give your phone number. And once you verify, then you're able to upload longer videos or use it for streaming. So these are the 4 things that you should do if you start creating a YouTube channel. Once you create the channel, what is the content that you should be posting? First of all, it can be a mixture of long and short videos. Mostly your videos should be short, but of course once in a while you can upload an entire workshop, maybe entire meeting for some reference purpose. But for the content that needs to be engaging, find interesting aspects in your video, edit it out, give some title to it, and then upload it to the channel. And that brings me to the title itself. Whenever you upload something, come up with a creative title. Just don't say meeting number 203 or meeting number 4, whatever, or speech number so and so. Come up with a title that is attractive and a thumbnail that reflects what is inside that video, because these are the 2 elements that people see when they search videos, and that makes them click to find what is this interesting thing we are talking about. Title and thumbnail are the most critical aspects of your YouTube video. Tags are very important. When you create a video, give as many tags that reflect what is inside it. Public, speaking, confidence, leadership, supportive. These are the tags. Once you put them, anybody who's searching for public speaking tips, boom, your video will be there for them to view. And this is very important. It's very difficult for us to stay consistent. We create a YouTube channel, we put few videos, then we forget about it. We don't have that enthusiasm. So have a plan with your team once a week or 2 videos a week, and stick to that plan. Just keep uploading. It's a numbers game when it comes to YouTube. The more videos you upload, the better your engagement. And finally, the new thing that has come up, and which reflects what I was talking about, attention span. YouTube has now come up with a new option called YouTube Shorts, which is equivalent to TikTok. And those are usually done with your mobile phone. The ideal length for a YouTube short is 15 seconds, maximum is 2 minutes. And there is a separate platform for watching YouTube Shorts, and people just have become so obsessed with YouTube Shorts. This is something you can use to, let's say, promote your club or give some messages about your upcoming meetings. Use YouTube Shorts. With that, I conclude. My time is over. Back to you, Master of Ceremony. I will check the question and answer, and I will respond to that if there are any. Over to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Kajetan. That was a whole lot of information for us. Wow, short videos, and we can even monetize them. Great tip. And I would like to reiterate what he has said. Like for a dedicated club, you have to have 2 or 3 members in your team, verify your account. For longer videos, live streaming, etc. Short videos, creative title, thumbnail that is inside the video, tags like public speaking, confidence, etc. will get you more clicks and more viewers. Wow, wow, wow. That was really amazing, DTM Kajetan. Thank you so much. Now, next we have is Instagram. For that, we have a Toastmaster who's an architect working at Arc Lab, being a Toastmaster for 2.5 years now, and a part of Desert Pioneers Toastmasters Club and Dreamweavers Toastmasters Club. She's the division runner-up at evaluation contest this year and table topic last year. A few more words about her. Have you seen this Desert Pioneers Instagram page? You must definitely visit and see. Lot of creativity in it. Lot of creativity, brimming with creativity. I have been following them for the last 1 year. Truly amazing and inspiring, and you should all visit their page. And for that, let's know all the secrets about how to use Instagram and how to popularize your club. For that, let me welcome the very bubbly, very, very creative, very, very cheerful and dedicated Toastmaster. Not Toastmaster, she's a DTM. Congratulations on your DTM. And the distinguished Toastmaster, Alina Paul, to present the session on Instagram. Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Alina Paul. Alina.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Asharani, for that very flattering introduction. That was more than what I had given to you, so thank you very much. All right, so I'll just get along to my screen. How is everyone doing today? A very good afternoon, Toastmasters and friends. I hope you've all got your notepads ready. For I'm about to drop some fresh info on how to use your Instagram as a marketing tool. Now, before I begin, can I see how many of you here have a business account for your Toastmasters Club? Let me release the poll. Okay, the poll is already released. I will end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I can see that a majority of the audience here today have an Instagram business account. So that's great. So I want each of you to ask yourself one question. What's your marketing strategy? Keep your answers to yourself and ask yourself this question again at the end of this workshop. Now, this is your typical Instagram homepage. Now, on the next slide, I've listed out the basic features of Instagram. For someone who is new and not completely aware of how it works, at this point, you can use your Instagram on your phone or desktop, I don't mind, just to have an idea. So this is your typical homepage where you have your story button in here. In here, you click to add stories or view your stories that you've posted. This is a button that allows you to message anyone on Instagram. This button in here allows you to add new posts. And this is your homepage. So when you're on this house button right here, you're on the home page, which allows you to see posts that is by accounts that you follow. And the search button allows you to search any account on Instagram or hashtags or reels, whatever it is. Speaking of reels, this button right here allows you to see reels, which are short, fun videos. And this heart right here is your activity page. So all your notification, all your friend requests, all of this comes in here. And this button right here allows you to see your profile. Now, if you don't know what this button is, it's your saved content. So if there's a post that you really like and you want to show it to someone, or you want to use it for the future, you can save them and look back at it whenever you want to. Or you can even share it with this button right here to your friends or to your ex-com, whatever it is. And so what is a basic marketing strategy? So based on my analysis, it comprises of 5 basic steps. So are we ready to see what those steps are? Toastmasters, are we ready? You can use your chat option. I will take questions at the end during the Q&A session. All right, so step number 1, have a plan. You must always be working to achieve your primary goal. What is your primary goal with Instagram? It shouldn't be to grow your following. I want you to think bigger. Is it to get traffic to your meetings or to your Facebook page or to your YouTube page, to showcase your club, or just to show how good you're doing? Whatever it may be, sit with your ex-com and figure this out. This should be your motivation to run your Instagram page. So every post that you create and every caption that you write will have this primary goal in mind. Now, here are some examples that I saw from posts of Toastmaster pages in the district. Now, looking at these pages, can you identify what their primary goals could have been? Starting off with DPTM, that's my home club. So what we've done is to have our posters being spliced up so that the profile itself is a portfolio, which you can just scroll down to. We also have a bunch of stories that we use as highlights in here. It can be of meetings, of events, of podcasts, whatever we do differently, we post it in our story highlights. In here, we've got a short bio right here, which just tells you when we meet, where we meet, location, and a Zoom link that allows you to attend our meetings. Then we've got another page right here, which is Young Adult Toastmasters. And what I like about their page is that they've used alternating posters of different branding colors. Right? There's maroon, blue, and then grays and splashes of yellow, just as per branding guidelines. And even their story highlight covers have specific designed covers all throughout it, which makes it look very professional. And then their link, their bio is very short, like very minimal, with just one short link in there. And this is the third example, which is our District 20 account. Now, when you look at this, you know this is the page that showcases announcements, awards, you can see the new DTMs in town, the district officers this year, all the announcements, the PR awards, all the awards. If you need to go check what was the award for this month, you can just go to this page and find out from here. Even their bio right here is quite detailed, and there's a Zoom link to attend the next workshop that's coming up, or the next big event that's coming up. So that's our step 1 of having a plan. I hope you're all with me. Moving on to step 2, that is to identify and understand your target audience. Now, this is a target audience is the person you are creating your content for. Now, knowing who your target audience is one of the most important elements of any page, right? Without this information, all the time that you've spent on creating content and writing captions or choosing your hashtags and putting out all those likes and comments will all be wasted. So Instagram, it can be a very time consuming platform. So we want to make sure that everything we do has purpose and we funnel it down as much as we can. So what is a target audience? This is the person you believe is going to benefit from your content and all the offerings that you have to give. This will vary from each club. As you can see here, some clubs are specified for advanced Toastmasters, and some clubs specify on a specific profession. Like this club right here specifies on engineers of Bahrain. And then there are some that are targeted at specific genres of public speaking. So this is a club that promotes stand-up comedy. So decide who your target audience is. Now, some key factors to consider to identify your target audience are age, gender, interest, education, or even personality traits. These are just some examples that I'm giving, just to give you an idea. Now, why are these important? Because knowing if your audience prefers a Marvel Comics book or over edition of Business Today, it really can make a big difference in the vibe that you put out on your content and the tone of your captions and the way that you showcase your posts. And moving on to step 3, which is to create strategic content. Now, you can save time and see better results by creating content specifically for your target audience. By knowing, by knowing your target audience, you can narrow down. All right, you can narrow down, and your content can speak directly to that person. Always make sure to be providing value or solution to your target audience. Now, this makes them more excited and connected. It can even wow them and make them feel like, yes, this is exactly what I've been looking for. Now, I've seen some pages that put out stories that ask its followers questions or to pick between two options. Now, this story right here, it's just a picture of a gathering that they had, a meeting that they had, and they've asked a question to caption this picture. And there were a lot of answers that we got. So this allows you to engage with your followers, interact with them and understand what they like, what are their preferences. By this way, you get to tune your content. All right. And this is a typical layout of how a story would look like. If you want to add in a story, I've added the agenda for today's meeting. Now, if I wanted to post this as my story, I would take it in, and then you have all of these options right here. This allows you to add text. This doodle image right here allows you to sketch. There are different brushes. Go and experiment. If you have it open on your phone right now, go and experiment. This smiley sticker face right here gives you all of these options. You can add the location, like I can add Zoom Tower, or whatever the location might be of the event. I can tag people with this. I can add hashtags, Toastmasters International, District 20, all of these hashtags. And the previous image was this questions button, which allows you to ask your followers questions, and you'll be able to see all the answers that they give in. A GIF can be used with this, and there's a new option of music, which allows you to play music along with your stories. This is the slider, reaction slider, that allows your followers to rate your story. And this poll also allows you, for example, how fun is this Instagram workshop right now? You can have a yes or no, and you can see the reaction button, just like the poll I took before. And this quiz option allows you a multiple choice questions, which generally just lets you know what your audience really wants. And there are so many other options on this. There's the countdown button, which literally gives a countdown of how much more time is remaining for your event to begin, which creates a curiosity with your audience. You can even add extra photos. These are so many options that you can try out. Next, if you really want to try out different things, there's also the IGTV button, which allows you to go live or add long videos. We at my home club, we had a podcast. So what we did was we had called the international champion, Aaron Beverly, with us on a live session where we had a podcast session where we prepared some questions, and there was audience reaction, all of that, which came out as a beautiful podcast segment. And if you're really comfortable, this is how it looks like. I've just taken a quick screenshot. When you go to your stories option, there's the story, reels, live. You can just click live button and it goes on a live segment, and you get to add one participant extra. And if you're really comfortable with Instagram, you can then start using reels. So you can make fun videos about Toastmasters just so that it goes out there in the public. Now, this is another club, Speak It Best Toastmasters, where I really liked how they've set out their profile. Now, if I was a very new member to Toastmasters, or if I had no idea what Toastmasters is about, when I visit this page, they've set their story highlights right here of what they are, who they are, how their club works, and where they all meet. So when you click this, you understand what it's all about. And then the way they've set out their posts, you can see on either two sides, they've got a same color scheme going with their posters, their awards, or information, and then the central grid is for the screenshots of their meetings. They've even got their hybrid meeting right here. So that's their marketing strategy. And if you feel like you really are confused, or you really want more ideas to make your Instagram page pop, you can always go and check for hashtags like InstaCoach, marketing tips, which leads you to pages that really promote or gives you tips on how or to create creative or unique ways of promoting your page. So that's step number 3. So moving on to step number 4 is engaging with your target market regularly. So what we cannot solely rely on our Instagram's algorithm to send us traffic. We also need to generate this. Now, this is something you have to do daily, since but at this point, when you know who your target audience is, all you have to do is see who they are following and go to their recent posts and hit a like button, or even add a comment. Now, this really helps engage users to fall into your target market. All you have to do is go drop a like or a comment. This will give them notification and even encourage them to come over to your feed. For example, if your club focuses on stand-up comedy, you can go on to pages that do stand-up comedy or stand-up comedians and add a comment in there. So when the followers there see this comment and see your name, see your username, it immediately creates a curiosity and they will come and see your page and probably even join one of your meetings. And let's move on to our final step number 5, which is to encourage meaningful activity. Now, far more important than likes and comments are actions like website clicks, posts that are being shared, and direct messages that inquire about what this specific post is about. So instead of waiting for likes and comments, you can use calls to action that really ask your audience to do something that's going to help your primary goal and send your audience to your plan. Now, for example, for this right here is your Instagram Insight button. So with the help of your business account, you can see how you're performing. So when you go to your profile, if you have your Instagram business account, there is a button that called View Professional Dashboard. Now, these are some of the things that you get to view. And then when you see these 3 lines right here, this allows you to see your insights. So insights gives you an overview of how well you're doing. These are all the options that you get out of insights. So there's interactions, that it gives you overall growth, your locations, who views them the most, age ranges that views the most, the genders that view the most active time. So you can choose when to post your story or post that will hit a larger audience. I can see there's a raised hand. You can ask your questions at the end of the workshop, and these are accounts that are being reached. How many percentage it reaches your followers, non-followers, the comment types, what's really hitting up the most. There are so many options that your insights button allows you to see. So that's your step number 5. That's your step number 5. So to summarize the 5 steps that I've explained today, we have with us, step number 1 is to have a plan. Step number 2 is to identify and understand your target audience. Step number 3 is to create strategic content. And step number 4 is to engage with your target audience. And step number 5 is to encourage meaningful activity. I want you to remember that every post or story that you create is going to be a new learning experience. And especially by using your insights option, you're going to be able to understand your strategy better and see your overall growth. What is really going well? What is really not working out? So Toastmasters, I want you to ask yourself again, what's your marketing strategy? With that being said, I'm really looking forward to see a lot of interesting Toastmaster Instagram pages this year. And if you've got questions, please feel free to ask at the end during the Q&A session. And Master of Ceremonies, the screen is all yours.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Alina. That was really, really informative, not only as a Toastmaster, but also as a person who is having Instagram page. This is really useful, I must say. Thank you so much for this session. Now, to the audience, I would like to say that we have a Q&A session. Please keep all the questions ready. All the experts will be answering your questions. Thank you. Moving on, we have got another presenter. She's a triple graduate in commerce, law, and education, member of 3 clubs, Maize Springs, Leading Ladies, Laugh Out Loud Club, former manager of Reliance Group of Companies, and a former teacher. Humorous speech champion, and I must definitely say she is an amazing dancer. Why she is here as a trainer? If you go to any corner of the world, you will get notification from this person because of Facebook. She uses Facebook to promote her clubs and Toastmasters. and we call her the Queen of Facebook. Please welcome the zestful Toastmaster Tabassum Ali to present the session Facebook. Toastmaster Tabassum Ali.
Thank you so much, our wonderful MC of the day, DTM Asha Rani. That was an introduction which I didn't give. So yes, Facebook. Let me ask a question. Which is the most popular, well-read book in the whole world? I know you would have guessed it. Even a pre-primary student would guess that it's Facebook. Now let me ask you the next question. If we can have a poll. Unfortunately, I cannot see all your faces in this presentation of Facebook. So good evening, good afternoon, good morning to one and all from all around the world. Welcome to the session of Facebook by Toastmaster Tabassum Ali. Moderator, can we have a poll? Before I jump into the presentation, let me have a poll. Do you have an account on Facebook? Can we have all the questions at one time? Wow, that's like 100%. Let me share the result. It's yes. Great going. That makes my work really easy. Let's have question number 2. Do you have an account on, yes, we have shared the result. Can we have the next question? Moderator, can we have the next question after this number 1? Question number 2. I've already shared the result. Yes, please launch question number 2. We don't have question number 2. Okay, then let me just ask in the chat mode because I do not see the question number 2 coming up. Okay, does your club have a page on Facebook? Here is the next question. Quickly. Does your club have a page on Facebook? Is it launched? Yes, I can see coming up in the chat. Many of them are answering it. 94, 95, 96% are saying yes. Okay, let me end the poll. So we have a wonderful figure. 89% have their clubs. Kudos to all your clubs. And the ones 11%, I'm sure after this workshop, you would like to have a page of your club on Facebook. Let's have question number 3. I can see a lot of chat coming in also. Yes, yes, yes. Sanjay Mystery says we have a group. Are you a member of other Toastmasters group like Region 11, District 20, Toastmaster Official, Toastmaster Online, Resources? Okay, so 77% participated. Let's end. Okay, share the result. Share result. So we have 62% who are also members of other groups, and 38% said no. Okay, maybe you don't want too many messages coming in, but there are some advantages we'll discuss. Member of other Toastmasters group. Okay, so that ends the poll. Now, how many of you are friends with me on Facebook? That's okay. No need to answer that one. That's not mandatory. How can we effectively use Facebook to promote within Toastmasters and to promote outside Toastmasters? Let me begin with sharing my screen. We will divide it into 4 parts. What is Toastmasters? Why do we need to, what is Facebook? Why do we need Facebook? Where and when can we use it and how can we use it? What and why I'll be just touching upon, but mainly we will discuss where to use it and how to use it. What is Facebook? It's a social networking site. It's a very, very user-friendly interface where we connect with our friends, with our families, and we share photos and some kind of information about each other. It's like you can say Facebook is our electronic identity on the net. It was created, most of us know, by Mark Zuckerberg in the year 2004. And probably he's the person who knows the birthdays of our spouses, remembers them more than we do, or have a better memory than a woman flashing picture on this particular day. You had this meeting. This was a milestone meeting of yours. These are the pictures. So it's really nice that do keep posting pictures and all wow moment, because after a certain number of years, when Facebook flashes those memories, it's really nice to go back and view those pictures again. 9 years, 10 years back. Today, Facebook is the world's largest social network. Yes, over 1 billion users worldwide. So you can imagine the reach that you will be having if you are subscribed on Facebook and you know to use it effectively. Why to use Facebook? It's not only user friendly, it's also very popular. As I said, reaching out to 1 billion people if you can use it properly. Other websites also work integrated with Facebook. As you know, Instagram, WhatsApp, they have been bought by Mark Zuckerberg. So they all are interconnected, and working together in these apps becomes much more easier. Secondly, it can also be used a single Facebook account to sign into different services across web, whether it's Canva, you can log in from Google, from your email, and also you can use Facebook to log in. Now that's typically how a page looks like, but instead of using this page, let's go to the live Facebook page of mine. Yes, I'm sharing my live Facebook page. This is what typically a personal page looks like. As Alina mentioned about the story, you have seen I've uploaded the story where you get to see the number of people who have viewed it, 100, 200, which unlike if you post on a page, you will not get to see on a Facebook page. But stories is something which is catching up in promoting your event. Now you see the main window where you can share a live video. Right now, I'm interacting with you. I can share a live video of our particular webinar that's going on. You can share photographs and videos. You can express your feelings and activity. You can create a room. You can have a live chat room. Like if anybody has seen Nisha Rashid, the champion region 11 qualifier for the the semi-finalist, she is conducting a lot of interviews in her session called Toxopedia. So you can use this to have interviews. That's create a private room. You can have private chatting sessions. Now, what all are the facilities that is available on Facebook? You can post, make a post. You can share a story. You can have a room, a private room of friends or selective people for chatting like a conference. You can create a page. If you are into selling of businesses, you can create a page. Like how we have pages for, now if you see on the left side, there is a Laugh Out Loud Club. I'm an admin of that club because I'm the president this current year. Leading Ladies Toastmasters. Here I'm the VP Education. So we have these two clubs, and there is a third club. Right now, I'm not the admin of that club, that is Mayspring. So all the three clubs I belong to have pages on Facebook. You can promote whatever you're doing by buying it, I think $15 or $30. It's very, very nominal if you want to promote your particular field. Generally for Toastmasters, we don't need to promote so much, but if you have some businesses like you have a cooking website, or you have some technological, or you're a coach, you can promote it by the ad. So in 3,000, 10,000 people's profile on the page, it will keep flashing. I could see Udemy ad coming non-stop, and I'm a big procrastinator. I wanted to do these courses, but like I was taking my own time. But just because Udemy kept flashing those ads non-stop, finally, I ended up doing 2-3 courses. I didn't go for Skillshare. I didn't go for Coursera because Udemy was stuck in my mind for the number of ads which kept flashing. So as I said, a procrastinator like me ultimately ended up doing this 2-3 courses from Udemy. Groups. You can have various groups, like you have you have District 20, you have Region 11, you have Toastmaster International Online. All these groups are in Facebook, where you can interact with Toastmasters, not just within your district or within your country. You can interact with Toastmasters worldwide. For any special event, you can create an event. So that event you can share with all your friends can share with their friends. And on the particular date, that event will go on sending you notification that the event is happening. It makes it easier for the attendees to keep in mind, because as Kajetan discussed, that the attention span is so reduced, people will not remember unless and until the advertisement keep flashing, the notification keep flashing on your screen. Now, these are the groups, Toastmasters groups. Let me just open it. Okay, I'll go back to my page. Okay, now I'll go in the recent search history. Tech for Toastmaster, District 20, District 20, official Toastmasters, Region 11. I have liked all these pages, and so I can post and I can see information what's happening in those pages. Now let's post a picture. Now, whenever I want to share my post in any other groups, I will use this public module. If you see the setting, there is public, friends. If you keep the setting on friends, you can only post it in your page. But if you share it in other pages, it will show as the content is not seen. So you have to keep your setting to public. Now I'll post some picture which I have just taken. Unfortunately, I would have liked to take all your pictures, a group photo of this gallery view, but in webinar it's not possible. So I just took a picture of the trainers before we began this webinar. Let me search where is the picture. Yeah, it's here. Okay. Now I'm going to share this picture. Here is the post and control copy. What's in that? Happening now. This is the PR workshop. And I would like to add Ellen. Yes, here is Ellen, who is tagged in my post. I would like to show some emotions. So let's see. What am I feeling now? Which emotion? Happy, love, lovely. I'll show excited. Excited about this particular event, and here's my photo. These are the presenters. Let's post it with settings on public. So I have posted it on my wall. Yeah, it's taking a bit of a time being live here. Yes, that's posted on my wall. Now I would like to share it in different groups. So let me share it. I want to share it in public, in my newsfeed. It's already in the stories. Yes, if I want to, I can share it in my messenger where I can share one-to-one with each person, share it in a group, share it to a page. Let me share it to a group. So which is the group I would like to share it in? I'll share it in District 20. Ellen, District 20 is restricted, so you'll have to go and accept it over there. Okay. Yeah, here is District 20. District 20. It's a private group, so he has to sanction, write something about it happening now. Happening now, and I have posted it. So if you go to District 20, you'll see the post. So you can go there, like it, and comment it. Now, when you go to these public groups and you like it, so over there, now I'll show you other groups. So what will happen, your post will be trending and it will always be on top. So ensure that if you are posting something in these groups, don't just like it. Off and on, keep commenting on it so that your post always remains on top. This is one of the hack and tips how to keep your post always on the top. I'll show you the other groups which generally I share. One is online. If you have a meeting, you can share it in Toastmasters online, or you can share it in Toastmasters International. Here there is Toastmaster International, the official Toastmasters group. Now generally Toastmaster, okay, so this is how Toastmaster International has around 30,000 plus members. Region 11 and District 20 have around 3,000 members. Toastmaster Online has around 8,000. Tech for resources for Toastmasters, they have around 3,000 members. So your reach will go to around these many number of members. Now let's take a club which has a Facebook account. This is Laugh Out Loud Club. This has around 300 members. And here is the statistics which shows people reach. There are around 3,418 people who have reached our account, number of people who have liked it. Now let's see how our last post has done. Here it shows the number of views 6 days ago. How many people have been viewing it? 1,512 people have been reached in these pages. Now, if you want to promote Toastmasters, you can go to one of these groups. But if you want to promote it outside Toastmasters, if you want to have guests coming in, so you have a lot of local groups. yes, here you have a lot of local groups. Like for example, we have Sell Your Stuff within Kuwait, or you have a local group, the residents of Salmiya. Because once the physical world opens, and we need to have members who stay in the vicinity or who stay in the Kuwait region to come and attend our meeting. So there are other groups as well, which are where you can target non-Toastmasters. Now, I am a member of Leading Ladies Toastmaster. So generally, we promote our event into expatriate moms of Kuwait, and we have got very good responses from these other groups as well. So now I'll go back to my original screen. Yeah, please excuse, I'm not very tech savvy and I'm still doing it. Okay. Yeah, yes. So this is how you use your Toastmaster page. What is Toastmaster? It's a very, very user-friendly app. Coming to the summary. Why do we need Toastmasters? Because Toastmaster community is very, very active on Facebook. So it is very easy to reach all the Toastmasters around the world. And also you have various groups. If you want to promote it within guest, you can also promote it to the guest. Where do you post it? If you have your personal story, you can publish it. You can share your photos, your videos, you can go live. Even this Zoom, if it cannot be on YouTube, it's live on YouTube, or it can also be live on Facebook as well. You can create an event. You can promote your event on the Messenger with all your friends. And for a club page, there are various Toastmasters group where you can promote your event, your club meetings. There are local groups, as I mentioned, expatriate moms, or you have other groups like Salmiya residents or the ones in the Kuwait, Sell Your Stuff within Kuwait. You can promote your page in those groups. When to promote your event. If you would have followed the PR, they have just 1 hour before they've promoted it. Yesterday, they have promoted it. A few days back, a teaser was given. So because the attention span is so, the social media is bombarded with too much of information. So the attention span is very less. That's why you have to, just before the event, you have to keep on sending reminders or just a small teaser so that it remains in memory. Last, I'll leave you with the acronym. Yes, if you are posting something, personal information, you can post it to your friends. If you want audience at large, make your settings to public and don't worry about the content. You don't have to be perfect. You can, because there are too much information happening, just go ahead and post it. There will definitely be certain set of people who are not going to like you. So don't worry about the audience. If you have a content, go ahead and post it. You have to be seen on social media if you want to have good audience or if you want to spread your word across. See, clients and companies, there are people who are following your post on Facebook, on Insta, on all the social media. It is a good prospect if you are looking to further your career. And last, excess of anything is poison. So use social media sparingly, have a work-life balance between your life, your family, and the networking. So with that, I end my presentation and I hope to see you more on Facebook. And let me go to District 20 page and see how many of you have liked the post which I have just posted live for you. Any questions I'll be taking towards the end. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tabassum. That was really, really amazing. And I am a friend of you in Facebook. And I saw that DTM Alan was in the chat. He was saying that you tag him in all your posts. Please tag me as well. I don't want to miss any of your posts. And I love your Facebook stories. Thank you so much for explaining everything. And it seemed, when you explained everything, seemed very, very simple. Thank you so much. Now, next session. We have a person, a best of best, a person who's a business development consultant by profession, and he's a budding coach by passion. And he accidentally joined Toastmasters in November 2018. Surprisingly, he's now in 6 clubs in 2 districts and has served as treasurer, VP membership, and VP education. Currently, besides being an Area 2 director, he's also president of Allied Bahrain Toastmasters Club and VP Education of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club and Bahrain Debaters Toastmasters Club. He's very active. He's not only very active in Toastmasters, he's very active in LinkedIn. He has got a lot of members through LinkedIn. And we members are not aware of the importance of LinkedIn. And our district PRM, DTM Alan, calls LinkedIn as hidden gem. Here we have someone who has used LinkedIn very effectively, and let's hear it from the expert, Toastmaster Ghulam Farooq. Toastmaster Ghulam Farooq, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Master. Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, for your wonderful introduction. Let me just start a bit from my presentation. Now, what you have seen is like all the dynamic, the tech savvy, and the young people presenting all about Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Now, Alan chose me because I'm a little more formal and a little bit dull. He said, you try to talk about LinkedIn, which is more a social organization. People do not think LinkedIn to be a tool for promotion of activities. Now, I would like to dispel that theory a little bit and talk about how you can use LinkedIn and how it is typically to be used to promote both yourself and the club. So let me give you a background about what Toastmasters and LinkedIn comparison. Now, Toastmasters is a non-profit organization. Look, LinkedIn is a social media. Regarding members, LinkedIn has 740 million members, naturally much less than Facebook. It has only 20,000 employees, 20,000 employees, sorry. But if you look at Toastmasters International, we have 117 volunteers. Nearly half of a little less than half of our members are volunteers. So what I would like to say is that there's a huge potential of how our members, if they have those multimedia social accounts, can have a greater reach. And each of these volunteers is on any of the social platforms that my colleagues have already talked about. The reach of Toastmasters and your club can increase multifold. But we have also about the fun activity that we had about LinkedIn and Facebook. But let's look at how the social media usage is in the whole world at the moment. If you look at it, these are the statistics given by different researchers. There are around 4 billion people who are using social media, out of which 7 out of 10 in US are adults. 78% of women use it compared to 65% of men. And 90% of the people on the social media are between 18 to 29 age group. And 82% of the people on social media are between 30 to 49 age group. Now, why are these age groups important? I'll come to that point later on. Again, let's look at different statistics here. Different statistics saying like which age group is very popular and which social media account is very popular to them. You see YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook trump LinkedIn by spades. You can always see that these other social media, because they are more fun, they are very active. And even if you go to the middle age group, you still see that even in the 30-49 group, 25-29, these other social media are active. But LinkedIn is not that active. But LinkedIn is active in mostly the 25 to 29 age group. And this is important statistics. Why? Because when you are using any of the social media that I'm talking about or any of my colleagues are talking about, you have to know your club demographics. Once you understand your club demographics, what are my club members for? At what age group are they average? Like if your groups are average between 18 to 24, which is young groups, a little bit here, maybe the most active group for you is YouTube and LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram. But if you have a bit of higher age group and something like that, maybe you want to see again Facebook and this thing, but still you see LinkedIn is less. But I'll tell you the reason why it is there because of some misperceptions. Now let's come to the education background. You see that most of the time, college experience and everything also determines which category they are more active in. So you see, Facebook trumps by everything, but LinkedIn, there's one statistics I would like you to notice. You see a difference between 18 to 24 group and 25 to 29 group, there's only a 3% increase. And then if you look at Facebook, there's a 76 to 84% increase. But if you look at LinkedIn, suddenly the numbers more than double. What does this say about us? Now, as a business development professional, what I look at here is that Now is the age at 25 that people are more concerned about developing their networks and developing their professional reach. And they look forward to get that on LinkedIn. And this is where the prime membership group for my clubs are coming from. So I look forward to catching that group. And where can I find them? On Facebook or LinkedIn, because this is where they are more susceptible to seeing our advertisements, our features, and saying, okay, what are my other colleagues doing? And how can I interact with all of them? So let's look at some common perceptions on LinkedIn. One of the common perceptions is it's a networking platform for working professionals. Yes, it's a network, but you can also do business, and it's more, cannot post party pictures on it. Yes, that's true. Now, the other perception is that Toastmasters events are social and not appropriate for LinkedIn. We are having fun, okay? And we don't want to post this on LinkedIn because we want to keep both the social and the professional activities a little bit separate. And some of us may say, I have a separate persona for my professional network than my social network. I want to keep it separate. And the other thing that I also heard about some people is saying is that, look, if I post too many things of what I'm doing as social activities on LinkedIn, my management or my colleagues may think I'm not dedicating 100% of my time or devotion to the company because I'm active on some other things. Okay? Now, this is a serious misconception. So again, as I come back to that point, people say limiting marketing potential, but again, I'd like to stress on this point that you see a significant jump from the 24 to 29 age group that people want to develop their social careers, professional careers. And this is where I would like to really stress upon why LinkedIn is very important for all of you. First of all, why do you think you can't share your achievements on Toastmasters on LinkedIn? Aren't you doing an educational development in LinkedIn on Toastmasters? For example, if you want to do a college degree, how many years it takes you? 3 to 5 years. Now, consider yourself to be a fresh Toastmasters. How many years does it take you to complete one pathway? 2 years, 3 years. To become a DTM will take you about minimum 3 to 5 years. Isn't that equivalent of dedicated effort that you're putting in your education? Why aren't you proud of that achievement? That's what I would like to say is be proud of your achievement and put those as educational development. Because if you don't promote yourself or sell yourself as or Toastmaster activities as saying that this enhances my professional development so I can contribute to the organization better, then you're always going to be on a back foot. And you will always perceive LinkedIn as, oh, something that is only for office work. No, you have a right to share the professional development. And you are also contributing as a Toastmaster to develop different individuals, also to develop themselves. And this is where you are contributing socially to the society. Why aren't we proud of it? And this is what I would like to say is that this is one of the common reasons that I hear from many of the people saying why they are not promoting their activities of Toastmasters on LinkedIn. This is some of the things that I would like to say is, please rectify that and try to correct that. Do not think of this. And another thing is, let me give you some examples from how I capitalize from LinkedIn. So let me share my LinkedIn pages and see about my company and everything that I can share with you. Sorry. Okay. So if I go to my LinkedIn page, if you see, this is my LinkedIn page, my profile page. And why I put there activities that I do. Like I am a member of Toastmasters. I am a president, IVP. I put all the club roles that I did together, not only of those things, other professional organizations. Why? Because I'm proud of these organizations. They help me in developing my career. They help me develop those skills. And the most important thing that most of the clubs do not have, if I try to search for the clubs who have Toastmaster clubs as registered our organization, you find there are 2,600 results of Toastmaster organizations, different organizations having their own company pages on LinkedIn. So the myth that LinkedIn is not suitable for Toastmasters is completely wrong. And there's a huge benefit of that. So if I look at my club, which which I'm currently president of, Allied Bahrain Communicators Toastmaster Club, we have our own web page as a company. So if I look at it, we do some postings, okay? And we have all of these posts and everything that we do. And if you look at different posts, I think that we have different likes. Even though how many followers do we have? We have 145 followers, a small number. Yeah, I admit that. But let's see how the reach increases. Let's look at some of the posts that we were able to do in the organization. Let's look at this post, which congratulates a member for achieving something. 33 likes and 10 comments by different organizations. Just an example, different people throughout the world are congratulating for you. And the important thing is, as TDM Kajetan and our former speaker says, always remember to tag your members. Tag as much as possible, because this increases the post reach. Then there's another post that I have where I was congratulated for being an Area 2 director. If I look at it, 37 comments, 37 likes, 12 comments. And if I look at another page book on completing my pathway level 4, where I put that as a qualification, I get 96 likes and 54 comments. And if I look at the likes, you see, I can come here and I can even see that people from my company are liking it. Not only just my colleagues in my company, but just let me come here, down a little bit. Okay. Even I have my CEO liking my achievement. And this increases my recognition in the company, because my company recognizes that this development that I am doing for my professional development will help the company and reach a new audience and help me do my job much better. Okay. Different clubs. So another example, 101 likes, 40 comments. So these are multiple achievements that you can go ahead and reach for them. Okay. So how to use LinkedIn? There are multiple documents that we have that we can use. Let me share my presentation again a little bit. Okay. So there's a document called A Beginner's Guide How to Use LinkedIn for Business. But what I want you to also understand that not only for LinkedIn, but anything, there are multiple resources that you must utilize. Can anyone tell me what these are? Making connections through networking, building a social media presence are? Okay. These are what we call Toastmaster projects. Okay. Now, what you can do is what the District 20 is even announcing PR awards for certain, like C7 and 06 for different things. And what I believe is that when you do these types of projects, not only are you developing your social presence on the media, but you're also trying to complete your projects. Take advantage of TMI projects. And TMI itself is trying to promote you by making you internet savvy or tech savvy by trying to do these projects. You do these projects, you also even PR awards, you complete your projects and pathways and everything. So I hope that I see a lot of people after this seminar with my colleagues and the tips that they have received from DTM Kajetan, Toastmaster, DTM Alina, Toastmaster Tabassum, that this is the network, that social media is a source of development, not only for yourself, but also for your professional career, and do that. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ghulam Farooq. That was really, really amazing. Yes, I always wondered how you got all these members through LinkedIn. And you said you shared everything today. Thank you so much for that. And it's truly amazing to know that LinkedIn has got a lot of potential, and we need to explore and you really use it. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gulam, for that wonderful session. Now, moving on, we have got a very important and interesting session. And I want to ask you, what comes to your mind when you think about websites and web design? For me, oh God, that's not my domain. I'm not a web designer or a web developer. Not after this session. We will not say that after this session. We have got the best of best, Kaji, who can simplify everything down to minute level so that you can start, or we can start, a website right after this session. Once again, please welcome the distinguished Toastmaster, Kajetan, for the session website. Distinguished Toastmaster Kajetan, the stage is all yours.
Thank you once again, Master of Ceremony, Dr. Asha. Let me ask you once again another question, since this is my second session here. Does your club have a website? Yes or no in the chat. Some yes, some no. Let me pose a question to you. So far, we have seen a lot of social media workshops where connections are very important. You come across content based on somebody posting it in a group that you are part of, or a friend that you are connected to. But people, when they have something that they want to do, you, for example, when you have something to do, you want to say how to make pasta. Where do you go when you want to answer that question? Where is your first reaction? Google? Everyone goes to Google to ask the fundamental questions in life. And that might include, how do I become a better speaker? How do I improve my public speaking skills? And generally, the search results will give you two things: a link to a YouTube video, which I covered earlier, or a website explaining how to go about doing what you want to do. And that then, for us as a club, why don't we have a website? Because when people want to search and they don't have any reference, they don't have a social connection, where will Google take them? They should, if, for example, how to improve my public speaking skills in Kuwait, hopefully should land on your club website. And today I'm going to do in 20 minutes something that I have never done before. I'm going to show you how to create your club website from scratch. And you should be able to follow this video. Maybe later on you can just review it. And you should be able to create, if you haven't already, a website for your club. No skills required. How cool is that? Let me switch to my sharing mode. Okay. There we go. We are ready to create our own website for our club. In fact, I have kept everything ready. If something goes wrong technically, maybe the website went down, I have a backup plan. No worries, always have a backup plan. So Free Toast Host is a service specifically for Toastmaster clubs to host your own club website. It's free. And that's the first part. If it is free, you should have it. It allows you to create a website like this. This is one of my club websites, which I recently created as a preparation for this workshop, where you can showcase your club, you can showcase your members, you can list, for example, your club members, and they can showcase their bio data, their pictures, and you can explain what your club is all about, and also have an information about Toastmasters. What is Toastmasters all about? So the focus here is when somebody is searching for Toastmasters, when somebody is searching for something to do in the local area and they find you, they have all the information to reach out to you to understand what they will get out of joining your club. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you using this free Toast host. Actually, the link is called Toastmasters Clubs. I will post it in the chat. So this is a service, and it is the good thing about this service is it is Toastmasters International approved. It is to some extent funded, but mostly a voluntary organization. But Toastmasters does pay them something to keep the host website running, which means you can use it with confidence. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a website for one of my clubs which doesn't have a presence as of now, and that is the Trainers Toastmasters Club. 7011486. That's the club. And all I have to do to create a fresh website for this club is come to this link that I have just posted, scroll down and say, I want to request for a website. Just give your district number, your club number, which is, let me remember again, 7011486. It immediately identifies that this club, what is it, by going to the Toastmasters club directory and identifies. And this is very important. And one of the cool things about this website that I found is that the current XCOM can always take control of this website, regardless of who created it in the past, because it will always look for your contact information in the Toastmasters website. Also, the president who is the assigned, it will search for it, and these people can take over the control of the website for the current term. Very cool. So it finds it and says KGB. Actually, I am the contact here. I'll say that is correct. I'll give my name, my email ID, and this is the email ID not of the Toastmaster contact, but who will act as the administrator of this website. And that's about it. To get a free website for your club, give your club number, give your district number, the name, make sure that you have access to that contact information, because it will send out a note to that club contact email that is listed and to your president if required, and submit a request. Now, all I have to do is go to my email address, and hopefully I would have received a link. From Free Toast Host saying that your request is pending authorization. Fine. Where is that request? This is the request coming to me. And it says, if you approve it, because this is the email in the Toastmasters Club that it has sent it to that link, all I have to do is click approve. And my account is now approved. Next, I have a website now. Go back to my email address. Maybe I'll receive one more saying that your website is set up. In 5 minutes, I have a free website. And the club number and the prefix and the suffix toastmastersclubs.org is ready for me. I have a website. I can share this website with my club members. It is, of course, a default website. We have to start changing a couple of things in this, but we have a website. Obviously, you might not like the number.toastmasters because it's very difficult to remember, but we can fix it very easily. All I have to do now is click on login as site admin, agree to their policy, give the club number, and I guess I'll have to click on change this administrator password. No, not this one. I can simply click login. Give me a second. One second. Okay, so it will send a link to, again, an email address because I have not set up the password. It will come here and I can set the password for my website. Okay, so I'm now launched in as the website administrator. The first thing I will do is two things. I will change the website address to replace the number with a friendlier name, and secondly, I will change my password. So I will launch this option saying launch admin console, then go to administrator info, and let me change my password here. Click save, and the password has been saved. So now I have an email address and a password to access this entire website. The first thing I would like to do is give a website alias. And when I say alias, instead of a number 7011486, let's call it trainers. And I hope there is no other club with the same name. Let's try it out. Done. I have now a website called Trainers Toastmasters Clubs.org. Okay. That's my website. Anytime I want to log in as the admin of it. What is that? So what we would like to do is, obviously, first of all, change the layout, customize it, put some content about our club instead of the default pictures that are there. And that is as simple as clicking on this button here, which says edit. Edit the whole page, right? And I can give some title here. I can select on this. So imagine this is like a Word document. Imagine this is like a Word document where you can put your information about your club. Let me change, for example, this image. I can simply delete it, and I can click on this option somewhere here which says image. Where did you go? Image, sorry, I don't know why it took me so long. Then I have an image, let's say on my computer. I can simply click on upload, choose the file, let's say from my, let's say this is one of the images from the Trainers Club, and then click send it to the server, and it has been uploaded. I can browse the server and find that image that I have uploaded just now and save. Close. So now suddenly I have a front page with a nice, of course I have to make it a better looking image, maybe all the club members or something like that, showcase one image showing all the trainers. And then I have a front page. In this section that you can see, I can type some details about my club. What do we do? I will not type it so much. I will not waste so much time creating all of this, but again, all I have to do is go to the admin console and go to the home page and type that information there. Remove this and start typing. A club helps you to become a confident public speaker. For example, start like that. If you want to make the text, let's say, big or bold, increase the size of the font. Right? Italics, just like normal editing, change the color of the font. And so forth. Click save and you are done. So now you have slowly started building your club page. You can put all these comments, all the content that you want. The next thing you would like to let people who land upon your page, first of all, they'll see the images, they'll see the content, but how do we reach out to you? So you can look at, for example, again, click on the admin console, and we have all of these things that we can configure. We can configure our members, we can configure some extra web pages, we can have the appearance, we can change the color of the pages, all of these things that we can do. But right now, of course, we are looking to provide the meeting information to our visitors who are visiting our website. So if we were meeting in person, you would have given the directions of the club, the Google Map link, for example. But now, obviously, we can simply say we currently meet online using Zoom, right? And then what we can do is for every agenda that we post, and I will show you how to do that, you can put the Zoom ID so that people can directly join from the website, from Google search into your Zoom meeting. How cool is that? Okay, so now any member who looks at this link, they will find that information. Of course, we can put a lot of information here on every link, and we can set up the Google map also. Currently, it is pointing to our physical location. And so that's how the website starts getting built up. Just checking the chat if there is anything. Right. So now we have created the website. We learned how to customize a homepage with our pictures, some content, and then there are these extra things. These are predefined templates, all pointing to Toastmasters. And it's a good idea to keep it. I don't see any reason why we should remove it. But if you don't want some of these panels, we can change them. We can go to the admin console and we can make changes to not show certain panels. For example, if you look at, for example, this appearance of the website, right? So you can see by default, we have all of these panels: contact us, club calendar, meeting agenda, and so forth. So for example, you decide you don't want this panel, Toastmasters videos. You can click save and close, and then this panel from Toastmasters videos will disappear from this list. The next thing that you can do is you can provide additional pages. If you want to showcase certain things, you can create extra pages that will appear here. But the real power of this website, so there are two aspects to creating a website using FreeToastHost. The first is that you create a website that people can find whenever they are searching using Google or by clicking on the link that you provide. That's the first way that people will find you. But once they find, or let's say from your club perspective itself, this website has rich tools to manage your club. And when I say to manage your club, what I am referring to is creating your agendas in advance, understanding who is going to attend this meeting, who is signed up, what projects they have signed up. And all of this can be managed using the tools that are available here. Now, for me to go through those steps would take little time. So what I will do is I will show this to you from one of the websites that I have already created for my club, another club, Capital Speakers. And as you can see, and look at this website, Capital Speakers Toastmasters Club, I will log out as the site admin. Right, so this is a normal view of the website of the club. So if a normal member, if a visitor comes, he can check, okay, what is this club all about? You'll get all the information that is available. Okay. Secondly, you can find out the meeting information as I showed you. There is a contact us form, also comes default. So if the guest or the visitor wants to send you a link, send you a form saying I'm interested, call me, so they can fill up their name and their phone number, and all of these people that I have marked here will get an email saying that this visitor needs more information, and any one of them can reach out to that guest. Also, those members who decide, okay, I don't mind showing my profile to the public, if you click on Meet Our Members, you will see that all the members will be listed along with their name, their club officer's role, a bio, and the links to every member's Facebook account, LinkedIn. So it's really a way for a guest or a visitor to find out who are these people, reach out to them to different channels, or just to reach out to them through the Contact Us form. Also, as a guest, he can check the club calendar and see that there are 2 meetings planned for this club, one on 14th, one on 28th. Okay. And again, if I had to create more pages, this is just a sample page I have created. I have created for here, you could create custom pages. You can put photos and text. So you can create additional custom pages where you can showcase the achievements of your club, the awards that you have achieved. All of this could be showcased here. And also, if you want to have some downloads available to the members or to guests, you can have some PDF files or some documents uploaded, and that could be downloaded by visitors or members. And you can decide that this file that I'm uploading can be accessible by guest. This file that I'm uploading can be only accessed by members, or this file can be only accessed by XCOM team. So you can have that kind of permissions when you are creating this website. Let me just check up on the time. I think I'm right. I have 5 minutes more. Good. Now the other interesting part is what happens if the member joins. If a member logs into that file, so every person that every member of your club can have a login to this website. So let me log in as a member now, not as an administrator, as a member. And see the magic that happens for members. Now I'm viewing this website as a member. the first thing I can do is I can look at the agendas that are already set up by the VP Ed. It's here already. I can see the meeting that was listed on 14th of August here. The agenda is ready for us. And I can see that the speaking slot number 1 has already been taken up by this dynamic member. And I can see that I can sign up for this if I want to give a speech, if I want to deliver an education segment. But in my case, I have already taken up the role as a speech evaluator. So all of the roles are available to you as an agenda. Members simply have to come, sign up for that role or the speaking slot. And the role of a VP Education is as simple as coming and checking, oh, everything is done. Let me print the agenda. And we have different layouts available for us when we want to print. Let me use the FTH standard. And my agenda comes for me ready-made. I don't have to sit and make agendas. All I have to do is set up the agenda, how many speaking slots, or if there is an education segment, and let members sign up and everything gets ready. Everyone sees in advance what is coming up for that meeting. For example, here I can see speaker 1, as I said, has been taken up. She can choose, for example, the title of the speech. They can choose the path and the project. Everything is there in terms of the pathways catalog, the paths and the projects. What more do we want? So if you really want, as I said, this tool serves 2 purposes. First purpose, all of y'all should do it anyway. Create a presence for your club on the website. It takes 5 to 10 minutes maximum. Start customizing it. Start putting content about your club, the photos, the members, and the achievements, and what the prospect will get if he joins our club. Put all of that information here. That's step number 1. If you then want to go to step number 2, that is to set up the whole agenda and so forth. I haven't shown you how to do it. I have only shown you how it works. But I do have a video on my YouTube channel. So I had created 2 videos to prepare for this workshop. One was how to set up a free Toastmasters Club website. So that you have seen it. It's very simple. You can either follow that or this 10-minute video. But how to use the Toastmaster Club management tools. So if you want to understand how to set up your members, how to set up your agenda, this 10-minute video will then help you to sort of go through the steps. It's not a very long video. As I said, our attention span is very short. Short videos always help us to, that's why I had created these 2 videos. So go through that and see whether you can benefit from that additional features that are available to us in the club management tools, agenda management and sign up management and all of those things. And you can really sort of keep your club running nice and smooth. With that, I conclude my session today. Back to you, Master of Ceremony, Dr. Asharani.
Thank you so much, Distinguished Toastmaster Kajetan. That was really, really amazing. And I know that everybody is ready to make a website. Now, yes, as you said, the first step is to start doing it anyway. Everybody, please check DTM Kajetan's YouTube channel. It will be very, very useful for you. There are a lot of videos which will help us in the Toastmasters journey. Thank you so much. And as we promised, we have got the best of the trainers for all these sessions. And now it's time for the Q&A sessions. Before that, I would like to say something. Like earlier, it was Zoom, and I was always comfortable with Zoom with all the people tile. Even though they don't open the videos, we can see at least their names, and I was comfortable. But now all of a sudden it was webinar, and I can't see anyone. And I was in the beginning, I was really a bit nervous, I must say. But technology is always growing, and we should really keep updating ourselves, and we should learn and explore and learn, I must say. So that with that, let's move on to the Q&A session. I know that you are all excited and waiting for the best of the best trainers to answer your questions. So let's start. Who's first? Are we asking them directly, or are we going to PRM? Are you there?
Hi, Dr. Asha. We can take it from the question and answer in the
Okay.
option there.
Okay.
Let's read it out.
We have a question from Vijaya Jayaraman, and the question is it safe to put Zoom link? I'm thinking of Zoom bombing. Yeah, good question.
I can
Who's going to
answer that.
Okay.
Yes, so Zoom bombing was actually something that was of a concern a year ago when we first started with Zoom, and most of us didn't know how to manage Zoom. That was the first part. And secondly, Zoom had not paid too much attention to security. But over the months, the concept became simplified. Zoom started putting more and more security patches. They realized that their product is going through the roof and they better focus on security. So they spent a couple of months, they stopped everything and said, let us focus on security. So now, actually, if you look at it, there is a big security icon available to us as hosts where we can control the meeting and shut down anything that can happen within a fraction of a second. I have never faced Zoom bombing in any of my meetings, but I have seen Zoom bombings in one of the district events. And with proper preparation, especially if you expect external people to join, there are simple ways you can manage that. You know, how you can stop people from unmuting themselves or sharing content and so forth. So little education from the host goes a long way to sort of nix Zoom bombing at its bud.
Thank you so much. DTM Kajetan, another question for you is, can you share few tips on how to conduct a hybrid meeting?
Yes, in fact, my last month and the next month calendar is all about workshops on hybrid meetings that I'm conducting for districts around the world. In fact, one is coming up, I think, next week for one district in US. And what I have done is for a club meeting also, I do a sort of a hybrid meeting, 3-4 people in our house. We are not going to a venue, but we set up in a house and then we conduct a hybrid session. And so I have, first of all, as I said, I conduct workshops telling people exactly what to do. As a community club, we cannot afford to invest a lot of money, right? But with little investment, a little change in the behavior, we can have a really productive meeting. All we need basically is a laptop, maybe a small device for a microphone and a speaker, something to see the audience, maybe a TV or a projector, and we can do. And I demonstrate this, by the way, what are the things that we can do. Plus, I have some YouTube videos also you can check out how to conduct an effective hybrid meeting. You'll find it on my YouTube channel.
Thank you so much. Another question is from Anita Roy. She's asking how the members get access to the website to log in as a member.
Yes, that is all done by the admin. So the admin of the website will go to the membership management tool and they'll type in the member details. Automatically an email will go to the member saying, hey, you have been added to this website as a member. Do you accept? When you say accept, then they say, okay, put in your password and you get a profile on the website. Very simple. It's all done by the administrator.
Again, a question from Vijaya, and she's saying that she's not a tech person. How to share this agenda in Zoom while the meeting is going on?
I think we already shared the agenda, so I believe we can go on to the next question. There's an option to do this.
Okay, it's from an anonymous attendee, and it's for you, Toastmaster Tabassum. For Facebook, what is the best for the club in terms of building awareness, a page or a group?
Yes, I've answered that for Anonymous, as well as there was Prachi Guleta who had asked this question earlier. So most of the questions I've answered it. Yes, I would say go for a page, because I've seen you can have 40 to 50,000 50,000 members who can be on the page. But if you have a personal page, it only accommodates around maximum 5,000 members. So it's a good idea if you have some businesses that you can have a page. You will have unlimited access. You will also have a chance to promote it. And these, when you open a page, this is what you can join in as a group. So you will also have an option to have it private or have it public. So when you create a page and you join in, that's called a group. I hope I have answered your question.
Okay, thank you so much. Another question is from Sanjay Mistry, and his question is, does website members are linked with Toastmaster website? Does it pick up all the members' details from TMI, Toastmasters International? Kajit?
Yeah, that is for me, I guess, from the website
Yes.
or creating a website. So it is not directly linked except to get the club number, and that's a valid club. That's the only thing it checks. But in my video that I was talking about, I've shown you how you can just download the club roster, just pick up the names and the emails, copy paste in one shot, and all the emails will go out to all the members in 1 minute. So you don't really have to worry about it. Just use the club roster and bring the data into the website.
Okay. Another question for Toastmaster Tabassum. Our club FB account, not page or group, has been temporarily suspended, and we can't provide ID proof to get it back. What shall we do?
Sorry, just repeat the question.
Okay. Our club FB account, not page or group, has been temporarily suspended, and we can't provide ID proof to get it back. What shall we do?
You can't provide an ID proof to get it back.
Yes.
I guess I've never come across this situation where the account has been suspended, but the best option will be to provide it to the Facebook. You have to write an email, and you have to give the reasons that why your account has been blocked. So I have not faced this situation, and that's the only thing. You have to send an email. They will have certain numbers, and they will again activate your account, and they will inform you that your account has been activated.
Okay.
I would like to add to that, by the way, in the sense that first of all, ask yourself, why did you create the club as an account and not as a page? Because ideally, when you should create it as a page, and that page is usually linked to one person, and then you can add admins to the page. If you create an account, it means it's a person, but club is not a person, right? So your basis is itself wrong by creating a Facebook account as a club website, and then it will be very difficult for you. Who is the person? What authentication will you provide that matches that name? Because that's why it is blocked. So forget about it. Start with a page and start from there.
I would like to add here, Kajitan, this scenario is very possible because it's an open arena. Anybody can just launch a complaint, and sometimes it happens your account does get blocked. So the best way is to give the reason, write it out to Facebook, and they will activate your account again if they find there is no reason, because there are sometimes it happens a religious group or something. So lots of complaints go out. You may come across this scenario, but if you're in the clean, yes, you can activate it again. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Next question is for Toastmaster, the distinguished Toastmaster Arlena, I guess, and also for Tabassum. Facebook and Instagram have greatly different demographics. So wouldn't that affect marketing? Wouldn't you need to change strategies depending on platform? Is there any way to be efficient with this process? TTM Arlena, can you?
As I had mentioned, the 5 steps that I've mentioned, it differs based on your club. So what are you looking for? Who are you trying to reach out to? So I don't know how Facebook works, but in Instagram, it's basically based on all of these criteria. So most of the things that you post on Instagram can also be shared on Facebook, but the reach differs based on your marketing strategy. Tabassum, would you like to add on to this?
I would like to see that be in the present, because the dynamics is changing very, very fast. So you have to see what's working, what's not working. Like, for example, in Alina's presentation, you have seen that TikTok or the Reels. Reels is something which has come up very new, and many even doctors, professional coaches are taking up to Reel. Even if we have our past, Wafaz, if you see, she has this small reels coming up with life coaching, and you have a wider audience. You will have 1,000, 3,000, 4,000, sometimes 10,000 viewers who will come and like your reel. Now, this facility is not available in Facebook because Facebook is mainly old school. I see the youngsters, they are more attached to Instagram, they are more into reels compared to on Facebook. So you have to keep updated, and you have to see what's coming in new, what's working for you. Accordingly, change your strategy is what I would say.
Thank you so much. Another question for DTM Alina. For Instagram, how much does it cost for to have a business account?
Business accounts are, you don't have to pay anything for having a business account. It's usually free. The only time you would need to pay is to promote a post or add it as a sponsored ad. Which is a minimal fee. These are the only times when you need to pay for it. Other than that, it's all free.
Okay, thank you so much. Next question is for Toastmaster Ghulam Farooq. Ghulam Farooq, about LinkedIn. Most of them are not aware of the potential about LinkedIn. Okay, the question is, most of us know that LinkedIn is used for professional network platform, and Facebook is only networking. And if we compare this LinkedIn should be more popular than Facebook, but unfortunately it's not. So what do you think about it? LinkedIn is not as popular as Facebook. So what do you think about it?
Actually, what happens is most of the time we place some what we call constraints upon ourselves unconsciously. Many people think that LinkedIn is very professional and we should not put anything that is seen as having fun. And unfortunately, that ties in because in Toastmasters, we learn by having fun. And we feel apprehensive about that. But that should not be the case, actually. As you know, I put in my answer that as every club, you see some clubs are very informal, some clubs are formal. When we go to those club meetings, we act accordingly. It's similarly with the different platforms. As my also learned colleagues have also said that Instagram has a different methodology of promoting things. Facebook has a different methodology. Promote your things, your achievements on LinkedIn in a professional manner. That it looks professional because you know you are reaching out to your professional network. You don't want to be seen having a drink or something, you know. Phrase your achievements in such a professional manner. Say, like even on my LinkedIn page, when I achieve my level 5, I put it as my level 4. I put it as my educational achievements. So you can do that, and that's what I'm trying to say is get out of these misconceptions and start posting it, and again respect the culture of every medium, and do that, and that should be okay.
I would like to add here is do not be shy of posting the content. Now, for example, our presenter Farooq Kadir has just mentioned LinkedIn. Even like I'm a housewife, and for me it is like, why should I have a profile, and why? What can I portray? Because you know I don't have, for the past 10 years, I don't have a concrete working background to present. But my nieces and nephews said, you have these trophies that you're getting in Toastmaster, winning a particular speech. Put it up on LinkedIn. You never know when that will become handy for you. So they are the ones who are encouraging me that have a profile on LinkedIn. Whatever's your achievement, even the smallest, don't worry. Just post it. And as I said, you will always have haters. The more you go up the ladder, the more the haters. So don't worry about the audience. There will still be a cream of people who will be watching you. So do any kind of achievement, even if you feel it's small, go ahead, create a LinkedIn account, I would say. And Facebook is popular because yes, you have your favorite brand of tea or coffee. You don't switch so easily. You are in a comfort zone of Facebook. You're happy over there. But as in how the network is upgrade yourself, try different avenues is what I would like to add. See, I'm promoting LinkedIn compared to Facebook.
No, all of the mediums have their own merits. And the thing is, the more medium you utilize, the more reach you have. That's what the whole message is from the PR group, actually.
Our past Division C director, he formed 8 clubs through LinkedIn. Started 8 new clubs through LinkedIn. So just remember that. Next question is from Sanjay Mistry. It's that, is there any way that we can post a single, the question is not that clear. If we can post it in Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I think in a single go, can we post it everywhere? That's what he meant, I think. The question is not that clear.
I don't. Yes, Alina, you'd like to take that one?
I know that from Instagram, you can share it on Facebook, but not LinkedIn. I know that you can, whatever you post on Instagram, it also, you can add attachment of link it to Facebook. I would need to check if LinkedIn is also part of it, but yes,
he has put the
Facebook,
question, excuse me, he has put the
LinkedIn,
question correct, in a simple way. It's like this. Is there a way I can have single post and get it posted to Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn along with tagging and hashtag? That's this question.
Okay, I can address that question. There are many services, mostly they are paid, which allow you to do this. So you have the social media management tool, and for companies, you can't go sitting, making a post here, making a post there. So this aggregators, this services, you'll just tell them, post this at this time on Instagram, at this time on Facebook, and it does all the things. But generally, this will be paid services. You will not find, and this is applicable even for streaming. When you do an event like this and you want to post it on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere, so there are services which bring the data in one place and then they will handle it internally. But then they'll charge you for it.
Thank you. To DTM Alina, I think not only posting in your feed, but keeping it as your story also will help, right?
Yeah, so I've just opened my phone, and you can share it to Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Tumblr,
yes.
and 2 other apps. I'm not sure what it is, Amoeba and OK.ru. So these are the apps that Instagram allows you to also share whatever you're posting on Instagram. I hope that answers your
Yes,
question.
they are all interlinked, WhatsApp, Instagram. So one story at the same time can be shared in these platforms. You don't have to create separate stories.
Yes. So I think these are the questions we have. Yeah. These are the questions we have. Thank you so much, presenters. We had a great session. For PRM, do we have any other questions?
I think most of it are covered, right? So I think we are good right now. Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, presenters. Wonderful session. Thank you so much, DTM Kajetan and Toastmaster Tabassum, DTM Alina, and also Toastmaster Ghulam Farooq. Thank you so much for the wonderful session, and we learned a lot. And looking forward for the next more sessions in the future. Thank you so much. And with that, we come to an end to today's workshop, and that's all from me now. And can I adjourn the session, or is it a PRM?
Yes, please, you can proceed to adjourn.
Okay. With that, we come to an end to today's wonderful session. I hope you all have learned a lot, and we want to see that in Facebook, in Instagram, and in LinkedIn, and also we also want to see your websites. Okay, we are excited, and we are eagerly waiting for that. If you have any doubts, you can definitely contact these presenters. They are always helpful, and they are always eager to teach you and share their knowledge. Right? Give me a note.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, PRM, for this wonderful opportunity, for making me the MC, because I love MCing programs, and it's always a learning experience for me also. Thank you so much, DTM Alan. And with that, we come to an end to this session. Thank you so much, and see you in the next session. Hope you have learned a lot.